this business of passing the buck so that, Mr. Speaker...
You should know the full name of Senator Cherargei, having served with him in the second Senate of this Republic. You should know his full name.
Correct, Mr. Speaker, but Edwin Sifuna is here. He'll tell you that amongst the Avaluya, you are only compelled to know all the names of people of your circumcision age or above. But the rest are children. You are allowed to know them by only one name, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, has the short man swallowed a bee once again?
What is out of order, Senator Cherargei? Yeah, you have been bringing the mic.
Mr. Speaker, I rise under accuracy of fact standing order 105 to say people who are older than Khalwale are known, but the rest are children. I thought from above 18 years old, Senate Majority Leader is an elder. Mr. Speaker, and you have to stop Senator Khalwale because all of us are senators. And finally, Speaker, you have to rein on Senator Khalwale. He has a condescending attitude towards colleagues who are junior than him, Mr. Speaker. If he is a man enough, there was a cabinet minister here by the name C.S. Lee Kinyanjui. He has been an MP, assistant minister, a governor, and now a minister. He has been McTiming in parliament. McTiming.
No.
And in
Senator
fact, in 2017, let me say, because it is on
Senator
record,
Cherargei,
because he is busy in...
Senator Cherargei, please withdraw that. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, he should also withdraw the insults. He's saying short man, junior, children. There is no children here. If he wants his children, he should go home. Mr. Speaker, and it is a fact that he lost the gubernatorial bid in Kakamega in 2017. And 2027, he will be trashed again because of his condescending.
No, 2027, we don't know. Yeah. Proceed, Senator Khalwale.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I therefore want to urge the leadership of the House to be competent, to be efficient, so that things are done timelessly. Mr. Speaker, it was interesting that at the Committee of Finance, when we invited stakeholders to give us their views about this, they didn't come because they are tired of coming and repeating the same things to the committee and this House, and nothing is done. Mr. Speaker, even the only one who came, the children of the Mau Mau post-60 colonial era, repeated the same complaint, namely the policy on marginalization by CRA. The first policy on marginalization, Mr. Speaker, was very clear. It was in tandem with the letter and spirit of this Constitution, which wanted to write the so-called the paper of 1965, sessional paper that gave birth to this marginalization. So they gave us 14 counties, mainly from the northern frontier districts that comprise the northern eastern region and sections of the upper rift, Mr. Speaker. We moved away from it and introduced a political policy of marginalization that had nothing to do with the letter and spirit of the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, thanks to this, a policy that was going to guide equalization funds so that roads, electricity, water, and access to health care was enjoyed by the marginalized areas ended up being abused. Mr. Speaker, the inequality in this country is so massive that if you go to the item of roads that equalization was supposed to write, the marginalization is amazing. To this extent, Mr. Speaker, that Nairobi rural tarmac road is at 100%. Murang'a is at 70.6%. Kiambu at 60%. And when you go to Kakamega, Mr. Speaker, that drops to 14.9%. You go to Bungoma, that drops to 13.8%. Mombasa is 11%. Kwale is less than 6%. Mandera is 0%. So this conversation of equality must be the conversation in this House, in a wider political discourse, because inequality breeds a sense of lack of nationalism, and inequality breeds the high poverty levels that we see in various parts of this country. Mr. Speaker, when you argue that this money should not be taken to these counties, it is because you are suffering from the syndrome of the people of Nairobi. The people of Nairobi who have never gone, for example, to Mbalambala constituency. They think the people in Mbalambala constituency, Mr. Speaker, their face are the Somalis in Eastleigh, the Somalis in South Sea. Far from it. Mr. Speaker, those people live in squalor. They need this parliament for us to come the way they are supposed to go. Mr. Speaker, speaking like a doctor, you cannot speak of health care until you are guided, Mr. Speaker, by the care that the medical personnel between you and the patient who wants your services. You are as good as not there. So tell me, Mr. Speaker, the northeastern areas, the disparity is such that to move from to the nearest health center, it is distances of up to 50 kilometers. So how will a woman in labor be able to reach that health center so as to give birth? Mr. Speaker, how will an adult with pneumonia, walk those 50 kilometers to go and access antibiotic that will treat them? Result, high mortality in those areas. Mr. Speaker, it's important that when we are guiding the delivery of health services, we should not be dwelling on abstract issues at the expense of provision of primary health care. Abstract issues like SHA do not override the primary health care. Mr. Speaker, you might not know it, but there is another measure called infant mortality. The children who die in the first 28 days after birth. For every 1,000 children born, the national average is that 3.7% or so of those children must die. But when you just move into the marginalized areas, those figures shoot to figures of between 60 and 90 children dying per 1,000 live births. This cannot be cured by SHA. This can only be cured by a government that is alive to the fact that the backbone of healthcare is primary healthcare, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is indeed a long day in the lives of the unequal people, where you and I come from, where the chairman of finance, Governor Roba, comes from. Every time after the committee, he normally tells me how many harambes he has conducted to try and change something. Granted, he's a billionaire, but I can assure you, my brother, Senator Roba, you will not manage. You will not manage. Those millions, Mr. Speaker, should be used in injecting into governance. The problem is governance. Mr. Speaker, the Senator Mandari is a very good man.